How I built wealth with no money, no skill, no luck. I started with nothing, and that was my greatest advantage. I did not start with money. I did not start with skills. I did not start with luck. I did not have rich parents. I did not have strong connections. I did not have special talent. I started with nothing. Zero. No confidence, no clear plan, no support. Just a tired mind and a quiet fear about the future. Many people think this is the worst place to start. They believe nothing means no chance. They believe zero means failure. But the truth is different. Starting with nothing can be powerful. Because when you have nothing to lose. And when you have nothing to lose, you can change everything. I want to tell you my story. Not to impress you, but to remind you of your own power. Because if I can build wealth from nothing, you can too. This is not a story about fast money. This is not a story about tricks. This is not a story about luck. This is a story about decisions, about habits, about discipline, and about small steps that change a life. The first truth I learned. Money does not come first. Mindset comes first. Most people wait. They wait for money, they wait for motivation, they wait for support. They wait for the perfect time. But the perfect time never comes. I waited too, for a long time. I told myself excuses. I said I was not ready. I said I was not smart enough. I said I needed money first. These thoughts kept me small. They kept me stuck. One day, something changed. I did not get money. I did not get skills. I did not get luck. I got a decision. I said, I will not stay here. Not next year. Not next month. Today. That decision was small, but it was powerful. When you decide to change, your brain starts to look for answers. Before the decision, my mind looked for comfort. After the decision, my mind looked for growth. This is the first step, and it costs nothing. Why no money was not the problem. I thought money was my biggest problem. I was wrong. My real problem was how I used my time. I had time. You have time. Everyone has time. But not everyone uses it well. I used to waste hours. I scrolled on my phone. I watched videos with no purpose. I complained about my life. I felt busy, but I was not building anything. This is a trap. Many people are busy, but they are not growing. When I had no money, time was my only capital. So I asked myself a simple question. How do I use 1 hour today to make my life better tomorrow? Not rich tomorrow, just better. 1 hour, every day. This question changed everything. The power of small daily actions. I did not try to change my whole life. That would be too heavy. I changed 1 hour. 1 hour of focus, 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of effort. Some days it was hard. Some days I was tired. Some days I wanted to quit. But I did not stop. I learned a simple rule. Do not wait to feel ready. Act first. Feel later. Discipline came before confidence. Every day, one small action. Read a few pages. Watch one lesson. Practice one thing. No big results at first. No money at first. But something changed inside me. I felt stronger. I felt more in control. That feeling is priceless. Why skills matter more than luck. Luck is random. Skills are built. I had no skills at the start. That scared me. Then I realized something important. Skills can be learned. Today, knowledge is everywhere. You do not need expensive schools. You do not need permission. You need focus. I chose one simple skill, not 10, not 5, 1. I told myself, I will learn this skill every day, even if I feel slow, even if I feel stupid. At the beginning, I made many mistakes. That was good. Mistakes mean learning. Most people avoid mistakes, so they avoid growth. I did the opposite. I practiced. I failed. I learned. Slowly, step by step. Skills grow like seeds. You do not see results fast, but if you water them every day, they grow. The truth about confidence. I was not confident. I was afraid. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of being wrong. Afraid of failing. Confidence did not come first. Action came first. Every small win built confidence. Not big wins, small ones. Finish one task. Learn one idea. Improve one skill. Confidence is not loud. It is quiet. It grows when you keep promises to yourself. Each day I showed up, even when I did not want to. That changed how I saw myself. I stopped seeing myself as weak. I started seeing myself as someone who tries. That shift is powerful. Why no skill was a lie. At first, I said, I have no skills. That was not true. I had skills, they were just undeveloped. Every human has potential, but potential needs work. I stopped comparing myself to others. Comparison kills progress. I focused on my path. One skill, one direction. This focus saved me years. Many people jump from one thing to another. They stay beginners forever. I stayed. I went deep. Depth creates value. No luck needed. People love stories about luck. They think success is magic. It is not. Luck comes when preparation meets opportunity. I prepared every day. When opportunities appeared, I was ready. That is not luck. That is discipline. Most people miss opportunities because they are not ready. They say, I wish I had your luck. They did not see the work. A new way of thinking. I stopped asking, why is life unfair? I started asking, what can I control today? I cannot control the past. I cannot control others. I can control my actions. This mindset gave me power. Power does not come from money. It comes from responsibility. When you take responsibility, you stop feeling like a victim. You start feeling like a builder. The first signs of change. After months of effort, small results appeared. Not millions, not fame, just progress. I understood things better. I worked faster. I solved problems. People noticed. Value attracts attention. Attention creates opportunity. Opportunity creates income. This is how wealth starts, not with money, with value. The most important lesson so far. You do not need everything to start. You need to start to get everything. No money is not a wall. It is a beginning. No skill is not a limit. It is an invitation to learn. No luck is not a curse. It is a reason to prepare. I was not special. I just did not stop. And neither should you. Part 2. I built discipline when motivation was gone. Motivation is loud. Discipline is quiet. At the beginning, I felt motivated. I felt excited. I felt hope. But motivation did not stay. Some days I woke up tired. Some days I felt bored. Some days I felt weak. This is normal. Most people stop here. They wait to feel good again. I learned a hard truth. If you wait for motivation, you will wait forever. So I chose discipline. Discipline is not about feeling strong. It is about acting when you feel weak. I made small rules. I study even when I'm tired. I practice even when I feel slow. I show up even when I do not want to. These rules changed my life. How small habits create big results. I did not do big things. I did small things every day. Wake up at the same time. Study for 30 minutes. Practice one skill. That was all. But I did it again and again and again. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Results did not come fast, but they came. Small habits are powerful because they are easy to repeat. Big goals are scary. Small actions are friendly. That is why they work. Time is more valuable than money. When you lose money, you can earn it again. When you lose time, it is gone forever. I stopped wasting my hours. I stopped scrolling without purpose. I stopped watching things that gave nothing back. I stopped talking to people who killed my energy. This was not easy. Some people did not understand me. Some people laughed. I stayed focused. I asked myself one question: is this helping my future? If the answer was no, I stopped. Time became my investment. 1 hour of learning, 1 hour of practice, 1 hour of growth. That hour changed my future. Learning how to sell changed everything. I thought selling was bad. I was wrong. Selling is not begging. Selling is not lying. Selling is explaining value. If you do not talk about your skills, no one will know you have them. I learned to speak clearly. I learned to listen. I learned to understand problems. People do not pay for effort. They pay for solutions. When I solved problems, people paid me. This was a big shift. I stopped hiding. I stopped being afraid. I said my price. I stayed calm. Some people said no. That was fine. Every no made me stronger. Why fear keeps people poor. Fear is quiet, but it is powerful. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment. Fear keeps people small. I felt fear too, every day. I did not wait for fear to leave. I acted with fear. Courage is not no fear. Courage is action with fear. Each time I faced fear, fear became smaller. This is how you grow. One income is not enough. At first, I had one income. That was good. But one income is risky. Life is uncertain. Jobs end. Clients leave. I learned to build slowly. One skill, one income. Then another. Not at the same time, one by one. Focus first, expand later. This rule protected me. Many people fail because they try everything. I chose patience. Living below my means. When I earned more, I did not spend more. I lived simply. I did not buy things to impress others. I did not chase comfort. I saved. I invested. This was not easy. Everyone around me spent money. I stayed calm. I knew my goal. Freedom is better than fashion. Security is better than showing off. Each dollar saved was a seed. Seeds grow with time. Why delaying pleasure is power. I wanted many things. I said no. Not forever, just for now. I chose the future over today. This choice made me strong. Each time I resisted, my discipline grew. This is how rich habits are built. Not with money, with control. Failure became my teacher. I failed many times. I lost time. I lost money. But I did not quit. Failure taught me lessons. What works, what does not. Each mistake made me smarter. People who fear failure never try. People who try sometimes fail. Only one group wins. The world responds to consistency. I kept going, even when progress was slow. The world noticed. Opportunities came not because I was lucky, because I was ready. Consistency built trust. Trust built income. Income built freedom. This is the real path. Part 3. I never stopped learning, and that changed everything. Wealth is not the end. Learning is the path. Many people stop learning. They think they know enough. That is dangerous. The world changes fast. Skills change, markets change, technology changes. If you stop learning, you fall behind. I made a promise to myself. I will stay a student. Not for school, for life. Learning is the real investment. I did not invest big money. I invested time. I read books. I watched lessons. I listened to people who were better than me. I learned from mistakes. I learned from failure. Learning did not make me tired. It made me stronger. Each new idea gave me power. Power to decide better. Power to act faster. Money follows knowledge. Why knowledge creates freedom. When you know more, you fear less. When you understand systems, you stop guessing. I learned how money works. I learned how people think. I learned how value is created. This changed my decisions. I stopped reacting. I started planning. Planning creates calm. Calm creates focus. Focus creates results. Control your environment. Your environment shapes you. People around you. Content you consume. Voices you hear. I removed negativity. Not with anger, with distance. I chose growth. I followed people who build. I listened to voices that teach. My mind became clear. When your mind is clear, your actions improve. Online space is powerful. If your real world is small, use the internet wisely. The internet can teach you, the internet can connect you, or it can waste your life. I chose wisely. I used it to learn, not to escape. This choice matters. Failure never stopped. Even at this stage, I failed. More than before, because I tried bigger things. Failure did not scare me. It trained me. Each failure added experience. Experience is invisible wealth. You cannot steal it. Wealth is built slowly. I did not wake up rich. Progress was quiet. Income increased slowly. Confidence increased slowly, but it increased. Slow growth lasts. Fast money disappears. I chose slow. Freedom feels different. Freedom is not luxury. Freedom is choice. Choice to say no. Choice to rest. Choice to work on what matters. Money is a tool, not the goal. The goal is control over time. Why many people never reach this? They quit early. They chase fast pleasure. They avoid discomfort. Growth needs discomfort. Discomfort builds strength. The final truth. I built wealth with no money, no skill, no luck. I built it with decisions, with habits, with discipline. I did not stay at zero, and you should not either. A message for you. You may feel behind. You may feel tired. That is okay. Start small. Start today. One decision, one habit, 1 hour. That is enough. The future is built now. The journey never ends. I still learn. I still grow. Wealth is a process. So is life. Stay curious, stay disciplined. Never stop. If this message hit you, then don't just watch and leave.
Like this video, share it to someone who needs this wake-up, and subscribe to this channel. Study yourself 1 hour a day. We are building a different breed here, a new generation of doers, people who don't wait for permission, people who build themselves daily, people who compound quietly and become untouchable over time. Hit subscribe, join the movement. 1 hour a day, every day. And in 1 year, your future self will not recognize you anymore. Let's grow. Let's execute. Let's dominate our own potential. Subscribe now and start becoming the person nobody can compete with.